Let's take a look at the best buys questions. You can use a calculator for all of these questions if you want to. So question 1 is asking us to find the price per item. So if 10 biscuits cost £9, then one biscuit is going to be this amount here divided by 10. So I would probably type in 900p divided by 10, which is 90p. For B, 6 packets of crisps cost £3.60, so 360 pence divided by 6 means they are 60p per packet. 24 cans of cola at £18, I'm going to do 1800 pence divided by 24, and that comes to a total of 75 pence per can. D is 200 cotton buds are £4, so one cotton bud is going to be £4 divided by 200, but I'll convert the pounds into pence. It's going to be 400 pence divided by 200, and that works out at 2 pence per cotton bud. And if 5 muffins cost £2.50, then one muffin is going to be 250 or £2.50 divided by 5, which is 50p. The reason I'm converting most of these prices into pence is because I know my final answer is going to be in pence, but you can leave it as pounds if you want. 22 crispy cake bites cost £3.30, so my calculation is going to be 330 divided by 22, and that comes to 15 pence per crispy cake bite. 210 divided by 14, which works out as at 15 pence per slice of ham. If 4 beef burgers cost £2, well, that's 200 divided by 4, that's 50p. 6 apples cost £1.50, so 1 apple is 150 divided by 6, which is 25 pence. And if 8 bananas cost £2.24, then one banana is going to be £2.24 or 224p divided by 8, and that comes to 28 pence. Question number 2. We need to work out the cost per item. So there's a pack of 6 plums, which are £2.40. So if 6 plums are £2.40, then one plum is going to be £2.40 or 240p divided by 6, and that comes to 40 pence per plum. 4 yogurts cost £3.60, so one yogurt is going to be £3.60 divided by 4, or £3.60 divided by 4, and that works out at 90 pence. 4 brioche buns cost £2.80, so one brioche bun is 280 divided by 4, which comes to 70 pence per bun. And D, 16 potato waffles cost £2.56, so 256 divided by 16, which is 16 pence per waffle. Question number 3, we need to find the price per 100 grams or 100 millilitres or per slice. So 500 grams of mince cost £3, so 100 grams, that is 5 times less, so it's going to cost 5 times less as well, so 300 or £3 divided by 5, and that comes to 60 pence. B is a bit more challenging. A was easier because 500 is a multiple of 100. So what we're going to do here is work out what 1 gram of crisps is going to cost. Now 1 gram is 120 times less than 120. So what I need to do is divide £2.40 by 120, because if we're dealing with 120 times less crisps, it's going to cost 120 times less. So 1 gram therefore costs 2p. So if 1 gram is 2p, then 100 grams is going to be 100 times this amount, and 100 times 2p is 200 pence, otherwise known as £2. 3,000 millilitres of cola is £6, so what is 100 millilitres? How many times smaller is 100 than 3,000? If you're not sure, on your calculator just do 3,000 divided by 100, so that is 30 times less, so it's going to cost 30 times less, and £6 or 600 divided by 30 is 20 pence, so it's 20 pence per 100 millilitres. 50 grams of loose peppers is 35p, so this one's a bit easier. 100 grams is simply double the amount, so it's going to cost double the price. 35 pence times 2 is 70 pence, or £0.70 if we're writing it in the same format that they did, but I wouldn't stress about that too much. What I'm going to do for E, I could do something very similar to B, which is work out what 1 gram is, but I'm going to work out 50 grams because I know that this is a multiple of 50 and 100 is a multiple of 50. So to go from 150 to 50, we are dividing by 3. So 45 pence divided by 3 is 15p, and if it's 50 grams for 15p, then 100 grams is going to be double that, so 30 pence. Alternatively, you could work out 1 gram by dividing this amount here by 150, and then once you've worked out 1 gram, work out 100 grams, which would be 100 times the cost of 1 gram. Moving on, 1500 grams of cake is £12, so 100 grams, that is 15 times less, so it's going to cost 15 times less, and 1200 divided by 15, that works out at 80p. 14 slices of ham is £2.10, so one slice of ham is simply 210 divided by 14, and that works out at 15 pence per slice. 5,000 grams of pasta is £7, so 100 grams. How many times smaller is 100 than 5,000? Well, on your calculator, if you're not sure, just type in 5,000 divided by 100 and you'll see the answer is 50. So it's 50 times smaller, so it's going to cost 50 times less. So 700 divided by 50, and that works out at 14 pence. For I, 600 grams of pears costs £3, so 100 grams, that is 6 times less, so it's going to cost 6 times less, so 300 divided by 6, that's 50p. 1500 millilitres of orange juice costs £1.50, so 100 millilitres, that is 15 times less. If you're not sure, then just on your calculator, just do 15 divided by 100, you get the answer 15. So if it's 15 times less orange juice, then it's going to cost 15 times less as well. And £1.50 or 150 divided by 15, that is 10p. So it's going to cost 10p per 100 millilitres. Question number 4, we need to work out the cost per packet of crisps. Well, if 12 packets cost £4.80, then one packet is simply going to be 480 or £4.80 divided by 12. It's up to you whether you keep it in pounds or pence. If you're doing pounds, then you'll get the answer 0.4, which is £0.40, or 480 divided by 12, which is simply 40p. If 6 packets of crisps are £3, then one packet is simply 300 pence divided by 6, which is 50p. 36 packets cost £9, then one packet is 900 pence divided by 36, which is 25 pence. And if 24 packets cost £7.20, let's call that 720p, divide that by 24 to get the cost per packet. 720 divided by 24 is 30p. Question number 5, we need to work out which is the best deal in these categories. So probably the best thing to do for 5A is to work out the price for 1 litre. So if 3 litres cost £4.50, then 1 litre is going to be 3 times less than £4.50. £4.50 divided by 3, that works out as £1.50 per litre. 1.5 litres for £2.25. Well, this is a bit harder to work out. 1.5 litres, that is 1500 millilitres. What I'm going to do here is work out the price for 500 millilitres and then work out the price for 1000 millilitres, because I know that this is a multiple of 500 and I know that 1 litre is a multiple of 500. So if 1.5 litres or 1500 millilitres cost £2.25, then 500 millilitres, that is 3 times less, is going to cost 3 times the price. So that's going to work out as 75 pence. 225 divided by 3, 75. So 1000 is going to be 75 pence multiplied by 2, and that is also £1.50 per litre. The next one's quite easy. If it's 2 litres for £2.40, then 1 litre is going to be half that amount, so that's going to be £1.20. And this last one's a little bit horrible. So what I'm going to do here is, that is 1,750 millilitres, and it costs not a particularly nice amount, £2.31. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out the price for 1 millilitre. So if 1,750 costs this amount here, then 1 millilitre is going to be £2.31 divided by 1,750. You can work that out if you want, but that's going to be a very, very small number. And 100 millilitres, so 1,000 millilitres even, is going to be £2.31 divided by 1,750 from above. So the 1 millilitre, but times by 1,000. So you can just type it in as one big calculation, because if you type in 2.31 divided by 1,750, you get a very small number, 0.00, it's tiny, isn't it? But when you multiply it by 1,000, you don't even need to look at that number, and then you get the sensible answer, which is £1.32. So we can see that the 2 litre for £2.40 is by far the best deal here. For 5B, again, probably the best thing to do is work out the price per litre. You could work out the price per millilitre, but you're just going to get some really low values. Lemonade isn't very expensive per millilitre, whereas the price for 1 litre is a bit more substantial. So if 250 millilitres, that is quarter of a litre. So if quarter of a litre is 50p, then the full litre is going to be 50p times by 4, which is £2. 500 millilitres is half a litre, so the full litre is going to be double that, so £1.50. This one's a bit harder. If 330 millilitres is 66p, what I'm going to do is work out what 1 millilitre is, which is going to be 66 divided by 330, which would be a tiny number, so I'm not even going to work out what that is yet. So 1,000 millilitres is what 1 millilitre costs times 1,000. And if 1 millilitre is 66 divided by 330, then 1,000 is 66 divided by 330 multiplied by 1,000. And that comes to a total of, let me just work that out very quickly, 660 divided by 330 is that's 0.2 times by 1,000 comes to 200 pence, otherwise known as, so that is £2 as well. And for B, 750 millilitres, well, this is 3/4 of a litre. So one way of working this one out, I mean, you could use the similar technique to my 330 millilitres there, but if 3/4 is £1.5, then 1/4 is going to be this amount divided by 3, and £1.5 divided by 3 is 35p. So it's 35 pence for a quarter. So if I multiply that by 4, I'll get the price for a full litre, which is £1.40. So we can clearly see here that the £1.40 per litre, or the 750 millilitres for £1 and 5p is the best value. And for C, we'll work out per litre. Well, 1 litre costs £1, nice and easy. If 2 litres is 150, then 1 litre is going to be half that, so 0.75. For 1.25 litres, that's 1,250 millilitres, and it costs £1.25. So I'm going to work out the price of 1 millilitre, which is £1.25 divided by 1,250, which is going to be a very small number, and therefore 1,000 millilitres is going to be 1.25 divided by 1,250 times by 1,000, and 1.25 divided by 1,250 times 1,000 comes to, well, that works out at, that is £1 per litre. Of course it is. If it's £1.25 for 1.25, then I suppose it seems fairly obvious it should be £1 per litre as well. So it's the same price as the litre bottle above it. And what we've got here is 2.5 litres. So if we call that 2,500 millilitres, which have a cost of £2, what I'm going to do here is, well, I could work out what 1 millilitre is, but I'm going to work out what 250 millilitres is. Now 250 is 10 times less, so it's going to cost 10 times less than £2, so it's going to cost 20p. So therefore 1,000 millilitres, well, 250 is a quarter, so if a quarter of a litre is 20p, then a full litre is 4 times that, which is going to be 80 pence. As we can see, the 2 litres for £1.50 is the best option here. Question number 6, we need to find the best buys from these offers. So for 6A, 1 litre is £1. So what I'm going to do is work out what these are per litre as well. So if 2 litres is 150, then 1 litre is going to be half that amount, which is 75p per litre. and 4 litres is £2, so 1 litre is £2 divided by 4, so that is 50 pence per litre. So this 4 litres for £2 is the best offer. For 6B, I'm going to work out the price per 100 grams, which means 100 grams for £5 can remain unchanged. If 200 grams is £9, then that works out as 100 grams costing £4.50, so it's half the amount, so half the price. And if 500 grams is £23, then 100 grams is 5 times less in terms of weight, so it's going to cost 5 times less, and 23 divided by 5, that works out as £4.60 per 100 grams. So we can clearly see that 200 grams for £9 is the best value here. For C, I'm going to work out the price. Well, you could work it out for 100 millilitres or 1,000 or 500, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to stick with 100. So if 100 millilitres is 50p, we'll leave that as it is. If 500 millilitres cost £2, then 100 millilitres is 5 times less. So it's going to cost 5 times less, and £2 divided by 5, that works out at 40p. And 1,000 millilitres is 10 times more than 100 millilitres. So what we're going to do is divide this price by 10, so that works out at 50 pence per 100 millilitres. So we can clearly see it's the 500 millilitres for £2 that is the best value here. What we can do for 6D, we can work out the price per 100 grams, or the price per 50 grams, it really doesn't matter. If 50 grams costs 35p, then that works out as 100 grams for 70p. 100 grams for 70p, we can leave that as it is. And if 200 grams costs £1.30, then 100 grams, which is half the amount, is going to cost half this price. So that works out at 65p, so this is the best value. For 6E, I'm going to work out the price per unit. So here it's 1 is 79p. If it's 2 for £1.38, then all we need to do is divide £1.38 by 2, which works out as 69 pence per item. And for this one here, £1.77 divided by 3, and that works out as 59 pence per item, which is clearly the best value for money. 6F, I'm going to work out the price per litre. So this is the price per 1,000 litres. I thought that said millilitres for a moment. So 1,000 litres is £1,500. So if 2,000 litres costs this amount here, then the price per 1,000 litres is going to be half that, which is going to be 1,000. And if 3,000 is 3,300, then 1,000 litres, well, that is 3 times less. And if we divide this price by 3, that works as 1,100 per 1,000 litres. So we can clearly see that it's the middle offer that is the best value for money there. Here we're going to work out the price per slice. Well, if 10 slices are £2, then 1 slice is going to be 20p. For 14 slices cost £2.10, so therefore 1 slice is going to be £2.10 divided by 14, and that works out as 15 pence per slice. And here £2.56 divided by 16 tells us it's 16p per slice, so this is the best offer. For H, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out the price. I could work out the price per 500 grams, but I'm just going to turn them all into price per kilo. So 1 kilo is going to be double this price, so that's going to be £1.40. This is 2 kilos, so 1 kilo is going to be half this amount, which is going to be £1.25. And if this is 5 kilos, then 1 kilo will be £7 divided by 5, which is £1.40. So we can clearly see that the best value for money is the 2,000 grams for £2.50. For 6I, we're going to work out the price per item. So if 4 costs £3.76, then 1 is going to be £3.76 divided by 4, and that works out as 94 pence per item. If 5 costs £4.75, then 1 is going to be £4.75 divided by 5, which is 95 pence per item. And if 6 costs £5.76, if I divide 5.76 by 6, I can work out that the price per item is 96 pence. So therefore, the best value for money is going to be the 4 for £3.76 there. And for 6J, what we're going to do here is just work out you could work out the price per milliliter, but these numbers are going to be really, really small because the price for 1 milliliter is, well, it's going to be negligible really. So what I'm going to do is going to work out the price per litre. Now in order to do that, I'm going to work out what 1 milliliter is. So if 568 costs 82p, then 1 milliliter is going to be 82 divided by 568. Now I don't really care what that value is, because the next thing I'm going to do is work out what 1000 milliliters is, and it's just going to be this figure here times by 1000. So 82 divided by 568 times 1000, and that works out as 144. Let's just call that £1.44. You can, if you want, you can look at the answer to 82 divided by 568, but you just get a very, very small decimal, and what's the point in looking at it when all you're going to be doing is multiplying it by 1000? The answer here is kind of meaningless. You're only interested in this value here. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing for this question here, following the same method. So £1.30 is for 1136. So if I divide that by 1136, I'm going to get the price for 1 milliliter. So £1.30 divided by 1136, but then I'm going to multiply that straight away by 1000 to turn it into the price per 1000 milliliters. In other words, the full litre, and that works out as £1.14. And I'm going to do the same for this final offer. So it's going to be £2, so 200 pence divided by 2272. That is the price for 1 milliliter, and then multiply it by 1000, so I get the price per litre, and that works out, that is 88p per litre. So you can clearly see that this offer here is by far superior. Question number 7, we're told that sugar comes in bags of varying size and price. What I'm going to do is I'm going to convert them all into grams, because question A is asking us about grams, not kilos. So that's 500 grams, 1000 grams and 2000 grams, and I'll put the prices as well. So that's £1, £1.90 and £3.60. So we want to find the price for 100 grams. Well, if 500 grams is £1, then 100 grams is 5 times less. So if I divide £1 by 5, that works out as 20 pence. For 1000 grams, well, 100 is 10 times less. So it's going to cost £10 less. £1.90 or 190 pence divided by 10 is 19p. And 100 grams is 20 times less than 2000. And if you don't know that, then just type into your calculator 2000 divided by 100, you'll get 20. So 360 divided by 20 is 18 pence. So we can clearly see that the 2000 grams for £3.60 is the best buy, which is the answer for the next question. So the 2 kilo bags is the best buy. So the cheapest way to buy 2.5 kilos of sugar is to buy the 2 kilo bag and the 0.5 kilo bag. So that comes to £3.60 plus 1, £4.60. So for 7D, Eliza's going to bake a cake. The cake requires 0.75 kilos of sugar for a 2 kilo cake, but she wants a 4 kilo cake, which means she's going to need twice as much sugar. 0.75 times by 2 is 1.5 kilos of sugar. And the cheapest way for Eliza to buy 1.5 kilos is to simply buy a 1 kilo bag and a half kilo bag, and the price for that is going to be £1.90 plus £1, and that is therefore £2.90. So for question number 8, we need to find the cheapest way to buy the amount specified. So in A, we need to buy 5 litres. So we're going to work out the price per litre. So 1 litre for £1, great, that's done. If 2 litres is £1.50, then that works out as 75 pence per litre. And if 3 litres are £2.10, then that works out as 70 pence per litre. So the best deal is the 3 litres for £2.10. So if you need to buy 5 litres, then I would go for 1 lot of 3 litres and 1 lot of 2 litres. For B, we're going to work out the price per 100 grams, so 50p per 100 grams. This is going to be 45 pence per 100 grams, and this is going to be £2 divided by 4, which is 50 pence per 100 grams. So the best value is the 200 grams for 90p. So if I want 700 grams, then that is going to be 3 times the 200 grams. That takes me to 600. So I'll also need a 1 times 100 gram. For C, I'm going to work out the price per 100 millilitres. So this is £5 per 100. We need to do 12 divided by 4, so that is £3 per 100 millilitres. And for C, we need to divide 1540 by 7, and 1540 divided by 7, that works out as £2.20 per 100 millilitres. So the best value is clearly the 700 millilitres for £15.40. So if we want to buy 1500 millilitres, we will buy 2 times the 700. That will take me to 1400, and then 1 times 100. For D, I'm going to just work out the price per 500 grams. So 500 grams is 75p. Here, this is going to work out as 85 pence per 500 grams. And this is going to work out as £2.10 divided by 3, because 3 500s make 1500, so that's going to work out as 70 pence per 500 grams. So the best value is the 1500 grams for £2.10. So if you want to buy 2000 grams, then that's going to be 1 lot of 1500 and 1 lot of 500. For AE, we're going to work out the price individually, so 1 for 29p, done. If it's 2 for 48, then that's 24 pence each, and this is going to work out as 19 pence each, 57 divided by 3. So if you want to buy 7, I'd buy 3 times the 3 pack, and, sorry, not 3 times the 3 pack, 2 times the 3 pack, that makes 6, and then 1 times the 1 pack, or the individual item. And we're done on that one. AF is a bit of a horrible one, so we're going to work out the price for 100 litres. So this is going to be 15,000 for 100 litres. This is going to be 10,000 for 100 litres, which is this figure here divided by 2. And if I divide by 3 here, that's 11,000. So we can clearly see that the best value for money is the 200 litres for £20,000. So we want to take advantage of this offer. So you're probably thinking, well, if I buy it 4 times the 200 litres and 1 times the 100 litre, 4 times this price is 40,000, and the 100 litre is sorry, I've got that completely wrong. 4 times this price here, 4 times 20 is that's £80,000 rather, and so that makes 800 litres. We want 900 litres, so we need to buy another 100 litres, which is £15,000, and that comes to a total of £95,000. But there is another way we can buy 900 litres, which is if we do 3 times, well, there's several ways. We could just buy 9 100 litres, but that's clearly going to be a terrible way to do it. We can also do 3 times 200, which is 600, and 1 times the 300. 1 times the 300, that is 11,000. And 3 times the 200 litre is 3 times 20,000, which is 60,000. And as you can see, this works out much cheaper. That's 71,000 compared to 95,000. So sometimes with these questions, you need to look at the various options just to double check that you are getting the best deal. So for this one, we would need to buy 3 times 200 litres and 1 times 300 litres. For 8G, we're going to work out the price per slice. So for we know that this is 30 pence per slice. For the next one, we need to do £4 and 6 pence divided by 14, and that works out as 29 pence per slice. And for the 26 slices for £5.20, that works out at 20p per slice. So this is the best offer. If we want to buy 31 slices, I'm going to buy 1 26 slice, and I'm not going to bother buying the 14 because that will take me over the top, and 5 lots of 1 slice. For H, I'm going to work out the price for 500 grams. So here it's 70 pence for 500 grams. There are 4 500 grams in 2,000, so I'm going to divide this number by 4, and that works out as 62.5 pence for 500 grams, and there are 10 500s in 5,000. So if I divide this by 10, that works out as 70 pence per 100 grams. So the best value, for 500 grams. So this is the best value for money. So if I want to buy 7,500 grams, then I'm going to buy 3 times the 2,000. And 3 times 2,000 is 6,000. And then I'm going to buy 3 times the 500. You might want to just double check, is this definitely going to be cheaper than another method, which is going to be 1 times 5,000 grams, 1 times 2,000 grams, and 1 times by 500. Let's just be careful and let's think about this. So that is £7. 2,000 is £2.50, and 500 is 70p. So £9.50, £9.50 plus 70p. That's going to be £10.20. So 3 times this price here is going to be £7.50, and 3 times that 3 times 70p is £2.10. That comes to £9.60. So yes, this is definitely the cheaper way to do it. For 8i, I'm going to work out the price per item. So £37.60 divided by 8, that is £4.70 per item. This is £4.75 per item, just dividing that by 10, and £57.60 divided by 12 is £4.80. So the 8 for £37.60 is the cheapest. So we're going to take advantage of this offer as many times as we can. How many 8s go into 72? Well, you can reach for your calculator. 72 divided by 8 works out as 9 exactly. So I'm going to buy 9 times the 8 pack. And for 8J, not a very nice question here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out the price per litre. And the best way to do that is to work out what 1 milliliter is first, and then work out what 1,000 milliliters is afterwards. So if 568 milliliters is a pound, then 1 milliliter is going to be £1 divided by 568. And I'm not really that bothered by what the answer is to that, because the next thing I'm going to do is multiply it by 1,000 to turn it into the price per litre. So the calculation is £1 divided by 568 times by 1,000. That comes to £1.76. You're going to do exactly the same thing for the next deal. So £1.90 divided by 1136 times by 1,000. That works out as £1.67 per litre. And again, 370 divided by 2272 times by 1,000 is £1.63. So the best value is the 2272 for £3.70. I've no idea how we're going to hit this number exactly, so I'm definitely going to buy 1 times 2272, and if I subtract 2272 from 3408, what am I left with? I am left with a total of 1136. Oh, that's handy. So, and also 1 times 1136, and we're done. So question number 9, we're looking at some sponges. So we want the cost per sponge. Well, if it's 5 sponges for £2.50, then 1 sponge is going to be £2.50 divided by 5, and £2.50 divided by 5 is 50p per sponge. B is going to be £8 divided by 20, and that works out as 40 pence per sponge. And C is 90 pence divided by 2, which is 45 pence per sponge. So the best buy is package B. There's now a special offer on package A, so it's been reduced to £1.50. So how much is package A per sponge now? Well, that's going to be £1.50 divided by 5. That works out as 30 pence per sponge. Is package A now the best buy? Yes, it is, because 30 pence is less than 40 and 45. So the answer is yes. So question number 10, we want to work out the best buys and take into consideration the discount as well. So package A is 50% off, so 50% is half price, so that is therefore £10. So I'm not even going to bother looking at 50 litres for £10 is certainly better than 35 litres for £10.50, so I'm not even going to bother looking at that one there at all. So 50 litres is £10. Here we've got 25 litres for £8, so therefore 50 litres would be double that, which would be £16. So package A is the best value here. 10B, package B is placed on 30% discount, so we need to deduct 30%. So what I'm going to do is 30% off means you're paying 70%. So £3 times by 0.7, which is the multiplier for 70%, means that this is now going to cost £2.10. So what we can do here is we can work out the price per 100 grams. So that is £1 for 100 grams. So this is going to be £1.05 for 100 grams, just halving that because that's double 100. And if I divide this by 4, that's £1.10. So I'm comparing a pound, £1.05, £1.10. So again, A is the best deal. 10C, package B is 25% off, so that is reduced by 1/4. So that means it's 3/4 the price of what it was originally. So, or 75%. So what is 75% or what is 3/4 of 20? You can either do 20 times by 0.75 and you'll work out that that works out at £15. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to work out the price per 40 because all of these are multiples of 40. So C I'm going to leave as it is. If 80 is £8, then 40 is going to work out at half that price, which is going to be £4. If 120 is 15, 40 is 1/3 of 120, so it's going to be 1/3 of this price. That's going to be £5 for 40. So I'm comparing £4, £5 and £6 for 40. So again, we can clearly see that A is the best value for money here. Package C is 40% off, so therefore the price is now 60% of what it was. What is 60% of 12? Well, that's 12 multiplied by 0.6, and that is £7.20. What I'm going to do, I'm going to work out the price for 2 kilos, because all of these are multiples of 2. So if 4 kilos is £5, then 2 kilos is going to work out at £2.50. 2 kilos is £2.50. If 6 kilos is £7.20, then 2 kilos is going to be 1/3 of this price, and £7.20 divided by 3 comes to a total of £2.40. So we can clearly see that package C is the best value for money there. 10E, package A is half price, so we'll just divide this by 2. So what that means, it is now 85p. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work out the price per litre. So if 500 millilitres costs 85p, then 1 litre is going to cost double 85p, which takes us back to the £1.70. 1 litre here is £2.40. 2 litres for £3.10, so if I half this, then that works out as £1.55 per litre. £1.55, that is the best deal, so C is the best value for money there. And for 10F, B is 10% off, so 10% is 80p. If I take 80 pence off £8, that is now £7.20. I'm going to work out the price for, well, there's a couple of ways we could do this. We could work out the price per kilo, or we could work out the price per 250 grams, since they're all multiples of 250 grams. But I'm going to work out the price per kilo because B is already a kilo. A is really easy to turn into a kilo, just double the amount, so double the price. So that's £6 per kilo. And for C, I'm going to work out that 250 grams is, well, that's 1/3 of 750, so 1/3 of £6 is £2. So if 250 grams is £2, then 1,000 grams is 4 times 2, so that's going to be £8. So we're comparing 6, 720 and 8. So we can clearly see that A is the best value for money there. Question number 11, we've got 3 taxi companies. Harrogate, for example, very simple pricing structure, you just pay per mile, whereas station cars, bit more complicated, which is £1.80 just for getting inside the taxi, £3 for the first mile, and then £1.60 for every mile after that. Speedways, again, £2 just to get inside the car, and then £1.80 per mile. So how much would it cost to travel 1 mile with each taxi company? So Harrogate is going to cost £2.20. Station is going to be £1.80 plus £3, which is going to be £4.80, so that's station cars. And for Speedways, taxi rank, it's going to be £2 plus £1.80, so that's going to be £3.80. So Norbert travels 5 miles using station cars, so he's going to pay the flat rate of £1.50 plus the £3 for the first mile. So then he's got 4 more miles to do, which is going to be 4 times £1.60. 4 times £1.60 comes to £6.40. Again, you can use the calculator, obviously, and when you add £6.40, £3 and £1.80, that should work out as £11.20. Could he have saved money by using Harrogate taxis? Well, that's simply going to be £2.20 multiplied by 5, and that comes to £11. So yes, he would have saved himself 20p. Which taxi company would be best for a 3-mile journey? Well, Harrogate is simply £2.20 times 3, which is £6.60. Station cars is the complicated one, so it's going to be £1.80 plus £3 for the first mile, and then 2 more miles, that's going to be £3.20. If you add all of this together, in fact this is quite easy to do in your head, 320 plus 80 is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so that's going to be £8. And for Speedways, it's going to be £2 plus 180 times by 3. 180 times by 3 is 540, plus the 2 is £7.40. So the best company for a 3-mile journey is Harrogate. Would the same taxi company be best for a 3-mile journey and a 20-mile journey? So what we're going to do here is just work out the same, well, what we've done now, but for a 20-mile journey. So Harrogate would be 220 times by the 20 miles, which works out as £44. Station is going to be 180 plus £3, then 19 times £1.60, and 19 times £1.60 equals whatever, plus 3 plus 180, that comes to £35.20. And for Speedways, it's going to be £2 plus 20 times £1.80. 20 times £1.80 is £36, plus the 2 is £38. So we can clearly see that the Harrogate taxis were cheapest for the short journeys, but for a longer journey, the cheapest company is indeed the middle one, which is station cars. Question number 12 is quite challenging, mainly because it's quite a confusing question due to the amount of information. But just to break it down, she has 2 decisions to make, this Patricia lady. One is one option for the purchasing of chairs and a second option for the delivery of chairs. There's a lot of information, so this is the sort of question where you'd have to read it perhaps 3 or 4 times to fully understand. Now, the key thing to begin with is that the group C is 10% off. 10% of 60,000 is 6,000, so subtract 6,000, that turns this one straight away into 54,000. So let's think of the purchasing of chairs. Now, first of all, what is the best value for money? Well, 100 chairs, £5,000, so therefore the price per chair is going to be 5,000 divided by 100, so that works out as £50 per chair. B is 400 chairs cost 16,000, so that works out as at £40 per chair, which is 16,000 divided by 400, and 54,000 divided by 1,000, that is £54 per chair. So we can clearly see that B is the best option for chair purchase. So if she wants to buy 1,700 chairs, how many 400s go into 1,700? Well, it goes 4 times, so she's going to buy 4 times B. 4 times B takes her up to 1600, so therefore she'll need to buy 1 times A to make the 1700. As far as the delivery is concerned, on A, if it's £1 per chair, then that's going to cost her £1,700. B is going to cost her £200 plus 80 pence per chair, which is 80 pence times 1700. And 1700 times by 80 plus 200 on top, that comes to 1,560. And for C, it's going to be simply £150 and then plus 1 pence. I'm going to keep it in pounds just because this is in pounds. So 1 pence per chair per mile. So that's 1p times by the 60 miles times by the 1,700 chairs. So do the multiplication first and then add the 150 on at the end, and that comes to 1,170. So we've decided that for the buying of chairs, she's going to go 4 times B and 1 times A, and for the delivery, she is going to go for option C, because option C is cheaper than A and B.